All right, so in this video, we're going to discuss whether or not Deuce McBride is actually the new IQ 2.0. I know some of you guys are going to give me some flack for that, but we're going to talk about it. And we're also going to break down the cool thing that Deuce McBride has done that no other Knick has done in recent memory in these playoffs, man. So without further ado, let's talk about it, man. Yeah. You're now rocking with the most popular YouTube channel on the planet. I am the Objective Fan, straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibes, man. Yo, listen, man. Salute to all the people, all the loyal supporters, all you guys that definitely tuned into the podcast on Monday. It was lit. Be sure to tune in every Monday afternoon. Sometimes it's 3 o'clock. Depends on whether or not I actually go live or not. But in this video, listen, we're going to be getting down to the bottom of Deuce. Deuce is actually getting his props. Could you believe this is a guy that no one knew, right? This is a guy that went under the radar for most of the year, but now even old media is giving him his props. So I just wanted to take some time to do a nice little video. I'm not going to keep you guys here too long. I'm going to get into the two things that we spoke about, but I just want to also give a round of applause to the Knicks going up 2-0. I mean, right now, when this video is being recorded, that's what the current series standings is right now. And I see us closing out the game, the series out in 5 games without no concerns, no qualms. So we're doing what we have to do, and Deuce McBride has contributed nicely. So what I'm going to do, if you're new to the channel, I'm going to jump into research mode early, okay? And then I want to start here. So Daily News, this is actually a subscriber-only article. Salute to the Daily News, giving Deuce McBride an article, giving him a shout, saying that his postseason success continued as the Knicks took a 2-0 lead. He had a nice showing. I'm not going to say it was another 20-point outburst like he had in Game 1, but definitely very nice game, especially hitting some key shots, playing solid defense as he normally does, right? But here's the reason why I brought this article up. It says here, when Deuce McBride signed his 3-year, $13 million extension right before the new year, the 23-year-old still looked like he was fitting into his role as a key player off the bench for Tom Thibodeau's squad. So I just want to highlight that right quick. The Knicks, Leon Rose, salute to Leon Rose, and those guys, they did the right thing by giving this man a contract. After Deuce McBride pretty much set Knick history in the playoffs already. The playoff just began. We got this guy locked up for a bargain. Could you imagine if the Knicks did not give him this deal? And of course, this deal came directly after the OG Anunoby trade, which included former Knick guards R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly, who I'm going to get to in a second, because we want to find out if Deuce is the new IQ 2.0. Now, McBride followed up his 21-point game performance with key fourth-quarter impact plays, right? Like we just said. He also had the most minutes off the bench, too. He had another 20-plus minute game. And I'm going to show you why that's really important in a second. Definitely Deuce is doing his thing, man. But I'm going to show you something that I know that no one else has really highlighted just yet. So what we do know is that Deuce McBride, if you go to the game logs right now, that's where we are. So let me make sure you can actually see it. So notice in Deuce's career, right? This is technically his second playoffs. But in the first playoffs, he hasn't played much minutes in these games. The most minute he played last year in the playoffs was 5 minutes. So honestly, disregarding last year's playoffs as just he was getting spot minutes, right? If you look, most of his minutes came during he also got a little bit of minutes in Miami series too. He's always had a good impact on the game, but you really can't see his value because he didn't play much minutes. So when you fast forward to the 2024 playoffs, he is the first Knick, or in recent memory, I'm going to stay within the 2000s. I didn't go back to the 90s. He is the first Knick to score 20 points in his first playoff game, notching over 20 minutes. Round of applause for Deuce McBride for doing that. That's something that Quickly has never done, RJ has never done, Grimes has never done. I mean, we could look at their game logs, right? you can see his first playoff game, he started as a starter. Keep that in mind. His first playoff game, he had 26 minutes. He only scored 5 points. Let's go to Emmanuel quickly. Salute to Emmanuel quickly. But look at Quickly's first game. Notice how Grimes' first playoff game and Quickly's first playoff game, they both got over 20 minutes. But look, so in Quickly's first game, he was the sixth man, sort of how Duece is now, right? So he got 21 minutes. He notched 10 points in his first playoff game. He was a +6, and I believe the Knicks did win that game. I believe we did win that game, or we won game. No, yeah, we lost that game. We won game 2. Okay, so I'm showing you the logs right now. Let's go to R.J. Barrett. Right now, R.J. Barrett, he was the 3rd pick in the draft, starter his whole career in New York. Let's look at him. So of course he was a starter. He had 32 minutes. He actually didn't score 20 points in the first game. He had 14. So Duece has done something with the opportunity that RJ quickly. Oh, salute. We just got a subscriber. Salute to Roberto Johnson. The platforms are growing. Definitely get us on Facebook. Of course, subscribe on this channel, you know.
Don't forget to
subscribe, hit that bell icon.
Subscribe to my channel.
Tell a friend. But also we on Facebook and TikTok and all the other platforms. Type in The Objective Knicks Fan. You'll see me pop up on those platforms, right? So RJ didn't do it too. RJ actually did do it in this series, in his first series, but it took him 4 games to get there. And he played 35 minutes, right? So Duece has done something these guys has never done. Of course, you know that Duece also had career high for Nick in the playoffs. First game, whatever game, he had the highest plus minus in Nick in a playoff game in history, +37. So why am I saying that hinting that he's an IQ 2.0? One, I feel like he's a better defender than IQ. IQ is not a bad defender. IQ is definitely a capable defender. He does a good job of doing his matchups. But I'll take Duece over IQ on the defensive side. IQ is more polished on the offensive side. He's a way better scorer right now than Duece is. But Duece has shown flashes of the player that he can be in the future. And so that's what I'm banking on when I say that he's 2.0. And I'm saying, like, realistically, I can't say he's a better player than Emmanuel quickly, but what I am saying is if you were living under a rock or you just wasn't really familiar as to why the Knicks traded Emmanuel quickly, it was because of Deuce McBride, right? Deuce has done a great job filling that role. At first, we were concerned, like, who's going to play the backup guard spot? Because Quickly played both the point guard. He played with Brunson and he backed him up. And Deuce has filled in that role. I feel like he's doing an amazing job, and I expect these numbers to continue. Right now, he didn't have the greatest shooting performance in the next game, but sometimes the box score doesn't really tell you what his value is. He is the lead defender off the bench. He guards the best player, right? So he takes over from where OG leaves off, and that's only if OG is matched up against the guard, because OG guards damn near all five positions. So Deuce McBride, I just wanted to give him the light and the shine. He is definitely stepping up into the plate. He's made history. He's done something that I showed you. He's done something that the first round picks haven't done, right? I could have even brought up Obi Toppin. I didn't even do Obi. Obi didn't do it. Kevin Knox didn't do it. I don't even think Kevin Knox got 20 minutes in the playoff game. None of those guys have done it in the recent memory. And then, of course, before the Leon Rose regime, we wasn't making the playoffs, so you would have to go back to Melo's era. And then even if we want to go there, that team was a veteran team, didn't have any real rookies getting any minutes in time. So Deuce is doing stuff that's just historic. That's why he's getting the praise. These guys, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq and these guys are giving him the praise. I think that while he may not be a better player than IQ, I think Deuce definitely is a serviceable backup on a very, very budget-friendly contract. The way the Knicks have their roster situated, they will be able to make moves for star players or other talent they find that may be available because they will have cap space. And more importantly than the cap space is the tradable contracts. I always say that. Do you have tradable contracts? All the contracts the Knicks signed, maybe with the exception of Julius Randle, especially that year when he had 20 and 10, and they said that was a down year, that was bad, and They felt like they overpaid him, which is crazy to me. I don't understand that. But did he have a great year? No, we didn't make the playoffs. So I understand the criticism. But even Randall's contract now is tradable. I'm not saying that we're going to trade him, that he has to be traded. All I'm saying is the contracts on this team, all these guys have tradable contracts. So that's all. I just wanted to give a little highlight. I haven't really seen nobody talk about that. Deuce having the 20 points in his first time getting over 20 minutes. That is major, man. That's a major key. That means he's giving you 6-man value, 6-man, like elite 6-man value production. And I see it continuing. And I just love the way the guy plays. He plays hard. And even like not just him, the way this Knick team is constructed from Josh Hart to OG Anunoby, right? Mitchell Robinson, right? These guys do not have to score to be effective. The only player we judge based on buckets is Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson does not have it going, we use that as a barometer to say, oh, he's not doing anything. But Deuce doesn't have to score to have an impact on the game. So does Josh Hart, so does OG Anunoby, so does Mitchell Robinson, right? And it's just a beautiful thing watching this, man. So that's all. I don't want to make the video too long. Be sure to check me out this Sunday. We will be doing the live play-by-play for Game 4. I will be doing the live commentary. You watch on mute, I watch on mute, and then you just listen to me. I break it down. I'm going to give you that experience because, unfortunately, the guys on ABC, they're going to just have their own narrative, especially if the Sixers win Game 3. And I think the Sixers might win either Game 3 or Game 4 because they're going to have pride at home. But if they don't win Game 3, oh, man, we're going to bring the brooms out. So definitely check back here this Sunday, 1 p.m. That's the 28th. And we're going to watch the game together, man. So, and then, of course, don't forget the podcast on Mondays this week inside the New York Knicks. Man, thank you for rocking with me. And until next time, let's go Knicks.